Guys, Ohio State's a national champ. Do you feel like we got the best team, Cameron?
Yeah, I think we got the best team. And while I may not agree with the entire selection of how all six or all 12 teams were selected in the playoff, I do feel like the best team won. Ohio State, for a lot of people, was the number one team coming into the season, $20 million roster. Ryan Day, while he's not my favorite coach, he is a very good coach. I'm not shocked to see that this is how it ended.
Yeah, Ohio State, absolutely, hands down, best team in the country. This was a really fun game for about a quarter and a half. Riley Leonard, he tried to put the entire team on his back in that first quarter.
It was insane.
I think he had 9 rushes plus a touchdown in that first quarter.
Yeah, that's
Took
correct.
up pretty much the entire time.
Did
Unfortunately, Will Howard, I think best quarterback rating I've seen in like forever, 99.1, I think it was. That was insane. Will Howard connected on every level. And then on the opposite side, Notre Dame, they're not one to be behind on a first down. They're just not a team that can really come back from that. And they did that on way too many occasions. That defensive front for Ohio State really got ahead of it. They backed them up, and the whole Notre Dame offense just didn't have an answer.
All right, Cameron, I'm gonna jump to you here in a bit, but first, I said that I would do this last night. I'm gonna put us on camera here because at halftime I texted you guys and said this game's over. And I was pretty emphatic about it. And I wrote first half notes for this game, assuming this game was over. So I'm gonna read you word for word what I wrote, and then Cam, you can take it from there. But first half, Notre Dame held the ball for 18 plays, 75 yards, 9 minutes and 45 seconds on their first drive. The rest of the half, three possessions, seven plays, 3 yards, 3 minutes and 38 seconds time of possession. And you saw, as Evan alluded to, how exhausted Riley Leonard was in that offense. Guys, they did exactly what I would have done. But that is not a sustainable game plan for 60 minutes, let alone a single half. So obviously they came back in the second half, had a shot, but Cam, I know there's a lot you want to point out in the second half, so we'll just send it to you.
So Evan, he had a good take on Will Howard. He went 14 of 15 for 144 yards in the first half and two TDs. Do you know what he did in the second half? Maybe not. I'll go ahead and remind you. He went 3 of 6 for 87 yards, zero touchdowns, and 57 of those yards came on a deep ball to Jeremiah Smith down the right side late in the fourth
Ballsy call,
quarter.
by the way. Really ballsy call.
It was, and it was a heck of a play. I'm not taking anything away. But if you think that Will Howard was the great player of the day, he played an excellent first half. Will not take anything away. But that second half, Ryan Day did everything he actively could after they scored early on in the third quarter to try and lose that game. Uh, Frankly, they were a couple of opportunities away from talking about Notre Dame from probably losing it. If they don't do a fake punt on their own 30-yard line in the third quarter while down by 24, again, that was just a horrible call. Please don't ever do that again. Go for it and send Riley Leonard up the middle. It's ridiculous. The other thing is on the field goal. Why do you kick a field goal? You're down 14 with under 10 minutes to go in the game.
That was a
Both of
bad
those were just
Great.
completely
beta
missed calls by
call.
Marcus Freeman.
Beta call right there.
Yeah, genuinely hated both of those. Now, the one thing I will say, Ohio State shut down Notre Dame's rushing attack. Right or Jeremiah Love had what was it, 3 yards in the game on 4 carries? Yeah, that's how you answer that bell. And then the other crazy part was Jaden Greenhouse or Greathouse, 6 receptions for 128 yards, averaging 21 yards per catch on the Notre Dame side of the ball in that second half. Absolutely lit it up once Riley Leonard got going. The problem was too little, too late. Uh, but yeah, one other thing I'm going to call out to Thomas Santel, who was kind enough to leave it 4 comments in our section. You're right. I was wrong about the game, but it was far closer than the 38-13 game that you anticipated. That was about the halftime score, though. Uh, be sure to keep commenting on those and letting us know how bad we suck. We'd love to hear it.
Hey, and I do want to point out before, Evan, before you go, your head is next to the winner. Cameron's head is next to the loser. So congratulations. I wish you had made a bet with him because we'd be watching Cam drink some hot sauce and deal with the consequences afterwards.
You know what? We're gonna keep letting the record talk for itself because I am on top when it comes to these records. And
Evan,
hold on, hold on. I just gotta say one thing because you brought this up. Ohio State, say anything you want about having a $20 million roster because that is absolutely a tagline, but they still need to be coached and developed. And Ryan Day did just a phenomenal job yesterday in this game.
Yeah, I
until
agree.
they almost allowed Notre Dame to come back 20
Yeah,
points
almost,
down.
but
Well, they
you
took
know.
their foot off the gas. I just want to say real quick, Cam, Notre Dame running a cover zero on 3rd and 11 late in the game. Now, that defensive call has to go perfectly in order for it to work. I honestly thought they should have played little more conservative, still blitz, bring the pressure, make Will Howard feel it, but that was just that couldn't have gone perfectly for Ohio State there.
So I think I actually texted you guys. If it was me, I probably would have played like a two-man under, press man coverage with two safeties over top. On a 3rd and 11, Ryan Day is playing to win that game. He's not playing to tie it. I think I could have told you he was going to throw the ball. It was a beautifully placed ball by Will Howard, but yeah, I think I would have left the safety over the top.
Yeah, as I was about to text you back after you said that, game was already on the 2 yard line. So
Yeah.
Do you guys
One,
do
one
you,
player.
yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say one player we haven't mentioned yet, and he's my MVP for the game, is
Judkins.
Quinshon Judkins.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
100
great.
yards and 2 touchdowns, nearly averaging 10 yards a carry. I'm sure Kiffin was absolutely rolling over, missing him, but what a game from Judkins.
you do need to point out though that one of those runs was 70 yards. So
No, anytime he was getting the ball, it was a physical game that he was playing. Even if it was a 3 yards in a cloud of dust, he was hitting and driving forward. His legs did not stop moving.
Let me throw a conspiracy theory out there. You think if Ryan Day blows a 31-7 lead in the national championship game, he keeps his job next year?
no, no. Cameron and I have said this so many times. If he didn't win yesterday, I don't think he was keeping his job. And I'm not even saying that this national championship win is going to keep him for a dynasty. If he doesn't win that Michigan game and he doesn't continue to win national championships, look what happened to Ed Orgeron there at LSU. Led one of the best teams to ever play college football in 2019 to a national championship. 2 years later, out.
Ohio
Yeah.
State has 3 goals every year, Joey. In those 3 goals, it's beat Michigan, win a Big Ten championship, and win a national title.
Well,
If
they only
didn't
did
do
one of
any
those
one
three.
exactly. If they don't do any of those three in a season, and he makes it to the national title but still loses, yeah, I think he's probably done.
Ohio State won their first 4-team playoff 10 years ago, and they just won the first 12-team playoff. Seems like a fitting spot to and a fitting way to end the college football season. Evan, you're watching the show. You like it. What's the first thing you're going to do?
I'm going to like, comment, and subscribe to this whole shindig.
Maybe you can share it too. I'd love to have this get in more places.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look, guys, we love to hear from you. We started to get some more comments. We'd love to post your comments up on a future episode. So call us out. If you don't agree with us, let us know. We would love to debate with you live on recording.